Hello, elementary team. Thank you so much for serving in Kids Crossing this weekend for Easter. I'm so excited to have you all here and to have enough of you here. So thank you so much for signing up. We've got some really great teams for 9 and 11 o'clock. So if you haven't seen the room in a while, what it looks like, there are lights behind there that will be, the stage will be lighted behind there. So it won't just be a big empty white drape, and the cross, the purple, will be gone. But the stone will be moved to the side because the stone was rolled away, right? That's the whole point. So rundown of what you can expect. Things are going to be a tiny bit different than just a normal weekend. So leaders, even if you serve every single weekend, Judy, watch this because it's a tiny bit different, okay? So the big difference, everything is led from the stage, okay? So each of these crates represents a small group, and the large group leader will actually be the one to you. So that way it just keeps things flowing quickly. You don't have to rifle through your, cart that you normally do. The carts will actually just be put away for this weekend to make everything simple. Another big change from classes this morning. I would love for every child to be on a circle the entire time. So you are actually going to do connect time, large group time, and small group time on your circles. So these circles are movable, and this is a great job for kids that might need some big helping jobs. They can just move each one of these 3 circles to the front for when we begin. So you'll play. I only want you to play for 5 minutes of 5 and 11:05 we're starting because we have a lot of great stuff to get through and I don't want to miss it. So at 11:05, do the cleanup, the 1-minute cleanup. There's not a lot to clean up. Have everyone bring their circle rugs to the front and 1, 2, and 3, okay? The rule have to be, a part of your body has to be touching it at all times. Yes, they will put their hair or their ear or their elbow on it, and that is going to count. And we'll let them be creative and silly, but they're going to sit on the rug, okay? And at 9 o'clock, you have 1 extra person who's going to kind of float around and help with any of those kids who might need a reminder of how to make good choices. Not that that's any of our children. Just kidding, it's all of them. So that's the big difference, is the circle rug. Now the reason I'm doing that is because it gives them a boundary, a physical boundary that I want them to be on, and I think it's going to help them not want to go play with toys or go talk to their neighbor or do any of those things. I am also going to be splitting up your group. So you might not have, if you normally have K through 2 kids, you might have a whole different group. I'm actually going to take the roster of kids once they come in the first 5 minutes of class, and I'm going to divide them up. It's not going to be super strategic, but there are a couple of kids that I know feed off each other and are going to make things really hard if they're in the same group. So I'm going to split them up because the entire lesson is the same for if you're a kindergartner or if you're a 5th grader. And it's actually a really great lesson. Actually, I'm surprised. It's a great lesson. I think the kids will be really engaged and excited about it. So because we're doing that, we can split it up. Now, that said, I'm going to come in with my list, and the truth is, you all are the experts on these kids. So if I have 2 kids together that sisters cannot be together, please move them. Move them. It's okay. You are the experts and the authority in this room. I trust you, okay? I'm just going to try to help you out a little bit by starting a list, but you have the autonomy to do what you need to do to make this room a success today, okay? So really quickly, I'm not going to go into all the detail because you can read your lesson. And I would encourage you to watch the small group video on the website, but there's just a couple quick things I want to point out. One, each of these, your first activity is you're going to watch a Easter video of kids recording what they think Easter is, and then you'll get into small groups. The large group leader will pass out a dry erase board and a pen. There are 4 up here. There are 4. We could have up to 4 groups. We will probably only have 3, okay? But I have a 4th just to be safe. But 3 groups is 36 kids. I don't think we're going to get more than 36 kids at one service, but we have a backup plan if we need it, okay? So anyway, they will pass out these whiteboard and dry erase marker, and you'll do what the script says. I think you're just making comments on the video. Okay, the next big thing that the LGL will pass out are the fun oversized Easter eggs. They're pastels, they're beautiful. Doesn't matter if the boy gets a pink egg, they're all the same, okay? Inside there are 12 little eggs, and what you'll do is the kids, you can just use this as the basket. They're going to put 1 egg in between their knees or their legs, and they have to waddle. This is me waddling. They have to waddle to drop the egg into the bowl. It's called the egg drop relay. And yes, there's an egg where we covered that. So that'll be really fun. And the LGL has some fun things that they're doing up here. We watch a video. We're going to do 2 worship songs. and I will attach those worship songs in Planning Center so you know what they are. And then the thing I really want to get to, right now the script is written that you are going to do a happy dance at the end of the lesson and then go into small group. And small group is a pretty serious, really great activity I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. I am giving you, again, autonomy. I'm all about giving autonomy to decide to hold on to that happy dance if you want to. Here's how the script flows. It's sitting down for lesson, game, lesson, video. So there's a lot of sitting, and then happy dance, and then serious activity. That could be great because a happy dance could break up some of that sitting stuff and they need to get their energy out. But then you go into a serious activity, and it could be enough to lose them. So read the room. If they need a break, you can give them a break. You can also just have them do some jumping jacks and wiggle it out if they need that kind of break and save the end for later. So, and the other option is you do the lesson, video lesson, sitting, get into your small groups just like you are already on the rug. So you can move them back a little bit further apart from each other if you want. And then do the small group activity. At the end of small group activity, come back and do the happy dance. Up to you and your LDL. You guys work together on that. But I wanted to show you the resurrection eggs. So every basket full of these beautiful eggs. They can pick their favorite color, no fighting. Kids never fight over colors or something trivial like that. You have 6 boxes or bags. So that's 1. Here's 2, that's Jesus. Here's 3, here's a cross. Here's 4, these are rocks. Here's 5, white linen. And here's 6, an explanation for them all. These are big, guys. The whole point of today is so that the kids know, learn, and love the Easter story and can articulate it to other people. And so I want you to spend as much time as you need to on this, which is why I might advocate to wait for the happy dance until the end of service if you have time, if you need time. But I could honestly see you guys doing this for the rest of the time. This is K through 5. You guys are all doing this together. Your 5th graders are going to understand a little bit more than the kindergartners. I still think it's a really good opportunity to reinforce that lesson. And then when they're done building their eggs or putting all these items in their egg, then you can say, okay, now turn to your neighbor, partner them up, or do it with them, or do it to a group, however. Tell me the Easter story based on what's in your egg. The hope is that they go home and they tell the Easter story to mom and dad, cousin, grandma, grandpa, whoever. Maybe they tell it to someone who's never heard it before. How awesome would that be if one of our kids told their family about the Easter story in a way that they haven't heard it? So I want you to have plenty of time to do that. Sometimes we don't always know how long service is, or things take longer than we think we do, and we don't have as much time in small groups. So that's just my caution to you. If you want to save this to the end, that's fine. Just really make sure you have at least 15 minutes to do that, okay? All right, that is all. I'll have a couple crafts out, couple little hang time activities and some toys, and we're just gonna have a blast. I can't wait for Sunday. Please let me know if you need anything. My 11 o'clock team, just know that team time is almost gonna be non-existent. I will have snacks out for you. Do not wait for me to eat. We're gonna have team time at the end of the hallway, not in this room. So there'll be stanchions out at the end of the hallway that say closed for team time. Please start eating before I begin, okay? Because service is gonna run late. It always does. Checkout will take longer. It always does. And I want to make sure you guys are fed and happy before you go to serve, okay? So I'll see you Sunday. Bye.